the city of angels with the palm trees. I see the lights, camera actions all around me. I'm trying to win now, they used to doubt me. I'm trying to win now, they used to doubt me. Cause I'm in LA with it, for the vibes. I got a Californian tee up on the ride. They ask me how I'm living right, yeah. Now is you with me cause there ain't no switching sides, yeah. Cause I'm in LA.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. John Lopez UK here today. Today I'm showcasing the Maserati Ghibli in Beamng. Let's get right into the video. So, obviously, Maserati, Italian saloon car. So, this is a pretty big mod, not gonna lie. I don't know that much about Ghibli. Much information is unknown at this time. But one thing first up I need to note before this whole video starts. The Bruckle Bastion is an American muscle car based off the Dodge Charger, but something tells me this is more resemblant of the Maserati Ghibli than actual Charger itself. And the Charger's gone by now, but this thing was what I thought it was based off of, this plus Volvo and some other stuff, but surprisingly it's closer to Ghibli than you actually expect. So, note that in mind. If I do press on this by accident, ignore that. So, let's start off with the Ghibli. We've got different variants, loads of different variants, even some that we absolutely don't need. Do we need an abandoned one? No, we don't. Do we need a British police car? No, we don't. Do we need an off-road variant? Honestly, I'm shocked they have this, but let's start off with the abandoned, and then we'll move on through all of this. A lot of other stuff too. Great, let's start with this. So, first one, abandoned. What does this mean? Well, essentially, it's been abandoned. Now, a bunch of different details here to note. The broken front bumper, the headlight missing, the fender and the wing smashed in. You've got the quarter panel smashed in. Along with that rear bumper is sort of hanging off. You've got the rear tail light, which is missing. This piece of the quarter is also broken. You've got the moss texture all around. And you've got the refrigerator on the roof, with the roof bars. Now, overall, this does make for a very abandoned vehicle, although on the interior it's very modern, very nice. So, it's one of those theft deterrent vehicles. Also, I believe the rear tire is flat. This one looks to be flat, and then this one looks to be also flat. The front two look fine, and it does require spacers. That's the whole gist of this mod. It needs spacers no matter what. Besides that, it should drive like normal. I mean, the petrol's down to the less than a quarter of the tank, but yeah. And the suspension's really fucked with how it springs up and down when it stops. So, right, let's move on to the next Ghibli. So this one is the Glasgow City Police Department. Obviously, West Coast map is this one. So, Glasgow City Police, they did a decent job replicating it. No spotlights, no push bar on this vehicle, sadly. Lights do function. You've got some grille lights, and you got some rear lights as well that were actually hidden. I actually didn't even notice them until I spawned it in just now. So light bar is obviously based off the Bruckle Bastion. Same with all the wheels. You will notice that too. This does take a lot from the Bruckle Bastion. Right, interior pieces. I need to go over all this before we get into the whole exterior and all the other models. So it's beautiful. I mean, it's a Maserati, so the reliability is complete shit. But if you ignore the reliability and the fact that these things depreciate like crazy for a solid minute, and appreciate the interior, you'll notice that it's actually really nice. The gear lever is really nice and it's aluminium. You've got the screen, the digital cluster. You've got this, the clock based off Bentley and Rolls-Royce and all these other luxury brands. Dual clusters, all the basics just. And overall, everything's nicely detailed in this mod, down to the air vents. So that is one good thing. And the steering wheel, unlike certain other mods, does function. Alright, let's move on to other bits of the vehicle that we don't normally show. Boot. Or at least the lack there is of a boot. Fuck, that's the rear bumper. Alright, where is it? This is the boot. Boot is very low poly, obviously no major details here and there. You don't even get weather stripping along the sides. Although the engine bay, it's a different story because this is actually quite detailed. With the Maserati engine, looks to be... I'm not even going to make a guess of what this thing is. Looks to maybe be a V6. At best. But that's what it looks like. You've got some problems here with how the suspension just goes into this bit instead of stopping on top of the arch lining, but you know, it's not that complete of a mod. Also, ALPR is on here in case for all the law enforcement people who are interested. Besides that, that's really it. Alright, let's move on to the other variants because we've got loads of... This is about to be a 15-minute video. Now, this is stupid, not gonna lie. Alright? So, whoever made this, it's just a... Yeah. You can tell why I think this is stupid. ANPR Intercept team. They wouldn't use a Maserati. They use BMW 330Ds and X5s. So, yeah, it's this. You've got lighting. Well, actually, it's red and blue lighting, which is wrong. And also, this is very basic with how it's just yellow and blue. Normally, it'd be lined up in a way that fits. You might have the word police on the side. You might... And this is just horribly stupid. The whole thing, how it's been set up. You don't even get any equipment on the inside. Let's move on. I can banter about that all day, but let's just move on. We've got the custom body kit. Now this is very impressive. So let's just pause right now. There we go, pause. So the body kit is very nice. It's a wide body kit for the rear quarter, the rear door, and the front wings, and other bits too. You get a diffuser. Now the diffuser's on every single model. But overall, it's a very, very nice aero kit. Now, does it function the way it should? No. The second you start driving, the rear wheels will give the fuck up. Watch this. Boom, that wheel's done. And then, let's try again. Ooh, this wheel's done. Yeah, the rear wheels just give up with this model. The suspension's not attached to anything. And overall, it's just for aesthetics. The thing in the thumbnail, yes, it was just for aesthetics. It's not actually a thing. Now, the drag racing one. Let's see if this one actually functions, unlike most of the others. So, drag racing wheels and slicks. It does work, and it's rather quick. Ripping it through these Italian streets. Doing roughly 180 into a guardrail. Overall, it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm actually going to move it all down to the motorway, so we have a little bit of playroom for the other models. So, what else do we have? We have a drift variant, which I suck at drifting for everyone who doesn't know, so I won't be able to critique this. Actually, let me read this. Okay, so tires exist for this thing, it's just they're invisible, which is strange because, yeah. But it does drift. It has that sort of drift feel that, you know, most drift cars do have. And it should drift, if I knew how to drift. Although I am shit at drifting, so let's move on. After this, we have the LCPD, Liberty City Police Department. Obviously based off GTA 4 or GTA 5M. Depends on however you want to look at it. Overall, they didn't do that good of a job. Okay. So let's talk about this, because I don't want to banter around for too long about these stupid liveries and stuff, because what's this police... Actually... Right, so with the Crown Victoria mod, they perfected it with the actual LCPD light bar, which is white and red without any blue. This one has blue everywhere. And also it'd be a vector light bar or a slick top. Liberty City plate, though, that is one unique detail that was missed out on the other mod. So... I mean, this is done alright, although there should be another line right down here instead of underneath the vehicle. This would be placed more on the rear door, and then they did have the precinct thing. Did a decent job on that. They did an alright job. Alright job. They just fucked up on all the lighting. Let's move on. After that, we have an off-road variant. Now, I'm on the motorway, so we're not going to really see how this thing fares, but it's off-road-ish. Or at least should be. No modifications to the interior whatsoever, but to my knowledge, it should be a good off-roader. And this one actually gets up to really nice speeds. Is it due to all the grip? I don't know. Is it because bigger engine? God knows. We'll just have to figure that out along the way. Surprisingly, this one's more smooth than all the other ones. It just gets up, goes. There's no stupid around. My frame rate was going crazy there, but there's no like stupid around moments with this one. It's actually really nicely done. I reckon I could stop at the roundabout just at the end of here and then not get into a serious car accident. Nope, I didn't have enough grip for that, and we ended up exploding into millions of pieces. So, let's spawn in the next vehicle, and let's get right into it. After that, we have a police variant, which might be surprising because we already had 2 different police variants. We have a ton of police variants. This is just a police variant. Obviously, you'd use this as a texture and everything. We have a push bar. No, this is cursed. Get out of it. Get out of it. There we go. Well, it's damaged now, but we have a push bar and a light bar. You don't get spotlights with this. It's not really supposed to be a police car, but I guess it is. Alright, let's move on. After that, we have a Polizei, which is obviously German police. If it's got the same light bar, I'm not even going to showcase it. No, it's bullshit. It's just Polizei crap all over it. So, where is it? We're moving on. Not even going to look into that. Polizia. Ah, how nice. You've done something for the Italian map. Yeah, it looks to be the same thing. Alright, let's move on. This one's not going to be interesting at all. After that, we have an S, which is a factory model, which most likely would stand for stock, although it's been the police car thing this whole time. So, is it any good? Surely it's bound to be good. It's not really. Alright, what else? We've got Stock 2, which has EU plates. It's a common thing with all these other variants where it's like, you have American plates and you have European plates. I'll go for the Sports with the with these plates, because this one matches the whole map. The Sports one has a bit more power, although it's still shit compared to the off-road variant, which is somehow superior compared to this. Overall, it's good for jumping curbs and everything. Why the fuck is my mouse on the floor? Alright, let's just move the fuck on to the next few builds, because generally speaking, it's all just essentially the same thing or different things mixed over. We got a stance variant, which might be broken because of suspension issues with other mods. Alright, so let me do a 3-point turn. So it's a stance variant. Performance sucks, and the vehicle's built for just aesthetics. It'll scrape the ground everywhere. Overall, they've done a good job in ruining it. Did an alright job. The split just come off at this point, but I've given up. Alright, I don't want to drive this one. There's just some of them I don't want to drive. This one's a taxi variant for obviously rapid taxi for the Bruegel Bastion. What else was an actual rapid taxi? The what the fuck was the Beamng Crown Vic called? There was a the Grand Marshal. Yes, they had a rapid taxi version. I'm not even going to show this because this is most likely a sports variant with a decal and a roof modification. You got the you got this one. Oh, okay. So Stop the War, and then the Stop the War variant with the sports version. This is actually Ukrainian police. I'll go over a bit of this mod. If you know about the tensions that are going on, well, I mean, many months ago, yeah, it all started. But, well, actually, no, I believe it was 1 month ago. But, yeah, it's a Ukrainian police car. Obviously, Ukraine. I can't read any of this. So I'm going to assume they did a good job on this. But, yeah, they have this one. And what else do we have? Because we have other ones that are more interesting. Obviously, Stop the War because Russia's invading Ukraine, and there's a whole thing against that. We have an unmarked variant, too. Obviously, unmarked police car. Let's run the lights. So, just 2 sets of lights, a front grille light, and that's it. Obviously, this would work as an executive protection vehicle, or some vehicle in that sense. But to be generally honest, no police would use a Maserati as an unmarked car. Unless you're in Italy, that's a different story. Then you guys might. Besides that, really, that's not going to be used. We got the V8 These are two different variants, one with an EU plate, one with an American plate. I'll grab the American plate, I don't care. I don't care, because it's going to flip the plate either way. They give me a double-decker plate design. Yeah, it's decent. I flipped it, but did a decent job. You know, it's odd. I don't even know what variant this is again, and I just picked it up. Was it a... Oh, it's a V8 one. Okay, well, we got another V8 one, which is a sports factory model. Not even going to show this, because essentially, it's the same shit with suspension mods and some other stuff. Oh, great. What the fuck is this? I want to spawn this one. I want to see what this one is about. So I'm interested now. What the fuck is this? So obviously the interior is fucked up, whatever. Got quad exhaust, nice. I like the decals though. Very, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's anime. Well, actually, it's hentai, most likely. I don't watch that much hentai to know exactly what this is. I actually stopped watching hentai a couple of years back, sadly. But, you know, don't know exactly what this is. So, what the fuck is this? Comment down below if you know what it is. I don't care. We got this one too, which is a Tasha version. I don't know. These are all just the sports version. No, actually, this one's a stock version with BBS wheels and this, obviously. So, what is this? You've got Japanese, I reckon. Well, that's stupid. They just pasted the same... No, they pasted it and then just went through the whole thing with it. Yeah. No, not there. Nope, nothing that interesting. Anything on the interior that's different? No, all the same shit. Alright, let's move on to the last two different versions because we've gone roughly about 15 minutes now. We've got a Russian police car. Russian police are notorious for using random vehicles that you wouldn't expect them to use. But yeah, you've got a Russian police car variant with loads of text on the side. Looks decent. It says cop right up front. Smashes into a wall pretty well. But that's this, and then you have... if the second one's essentially the same thing, I'm just going to leave it. What the yeah, it's the same shit, but it's a sports version. Alright, I'm going to drive What the Fuck Is This? And that'll be the end of the video, because I don't have shit to do. So, that is the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. If you like this mod and you actually want to download it for yourselves, there's a link in the description which takes you straight to World of Mods, where you can download this mod, automatic installer and everything. Generally, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you all next time. Alright, peace.